Are your fruits turning yellow? They're not getting full size. They're dropping early. You're doing everything in your power. You're watering consistently. You're fertilizing your trees. You're giving them fish and mulching on the hour. And yet your trees are not responding. And you're losing all your fruits. Well, in today's episode, I'm gonna be telling you the most common reason why. So let's go ahead and get started. For those of you guys new to the channel, well, I live in the desert, Arizona, and it gets extremely hot here in the summer. We can grow everything, mango trees, longan, star fruits, you name it. But the one main challenge that even I have with all my magical juices that I use on all my plants is the sun. A lot of the plants are not native to my area. So what usually happens in extreme temperatures, dry weather, no humidity, a lot of the times, the first thing that's gonna happen is your fruits are not gonna get full size. The hotter the temperatures, the faster your fruits are gonna ripen. And even if your mangoes, like this mango tree right here, is supposed to get 2 pounds, well, guess what? It's not gonna get 2 pounds because it's not gonna have time. The temperatures are rising every single day, and the hotter the temperatures, the faster the fruits are going to ripen. So if you have fruit trees and your fruits are dropping prematurely, well, one of the reasons may be the heat. The hotter the temperatures, if your trees are not used to it, your fruits are gonna suffer. So what can you do to fix that problem? Well, the first thing you can do is give your trees time to adjust to your weather. If your plants are in a container, well, get them out of the container and put them in the ground. The sooner you put them in the ground, the sooner your plants are gonna be able to grow roots in the soil and become stronger, like this mango tree in here. But yet, as you can see, my fruits are suffering. A lot of my fruits are burning up, they're turning yellow, they're not getting full size, and guess what? They're dropping. This plant right here still has about 2 to 3 months left before this fruits over here turn to full size. But with the weather, the way it is right now, the wind and everything else, it's just not gonna happen. So what can I do to fix this problem? Well, for this tree in particular, no amount of water, fertilizer, fish emulsion, sulfur, it's going to fix this problem right here. This is not an iron deficiency, a magnesium deficiency, or any deficiency at all. The problem is the sun. There's not much you can do about the sun, especially here in the desert. But one thing you can do for sure is, well, for one, let your plants grow older so that way you can see for sure if you're actually gonna have to provide any support to your plant so that way it can hold fruit better. But even if after watering and letting your plants grow, you're still losing all your fruits, like my fruit punch mango back here, one thing you can actually do, which I haven't done in the past due to laziness, is shading it. Technically, my mango tree does not need shade in the summer. The tree itself will take full sun all day long. When they're little, usually they sunburn the first summer. That is normal until they get fully rooted in the ground. But the fruits will never actually adapt to the full blasting sun here in the desert. So to help the tree along, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna shade the tree so that way I'm not gonna lose all my fruits like I do every single year. Every single year, this tree right here gets me hundreds and hundreds of fruits. As you can see, I got mangoes everywhere, but they're turning yellow too quickly. This is telling me that this fruit right here is getting too much sun. And if I don't fix it, well, they're gonna sunburn and they're simply gonna drop. So I'm gonna go ahead and shade this tree so that way I can fix a problem. And that is it. So as you can see, I shaded this side of the tree because that's the east, that's where the sun rises. It goes up all the way around, and usually just probably about 30 minutes ago, it is about 4:30 in the afternoon. So this area right here starts getting shaded by the pine trees around 3:30 in the afternoon. But remember, by 8:30 in the morning in the summer, it is already 100 degrees in my area. So it is not about morning or afternoon sun, it is about the temperature. A lot of people ask, what time do I need to start shading my trees if my trees need shade? Well, I go by temperature, usually 90, 100 degrees. That's when you need to start providing shade. So for my area is gonna be around 8:39 in the morning. So I'm just covering the eastern side of the tree. So hopefully this will stop the sun from burning up all my mangoes, and hopefully this year I'll get a bigger crop. Every single year this tree right here fruits hundreds and hundreds of mangoes, but I probably lose about 95% of them to the sun. The tree will take the full sun, but the fruits will not. So do you need to shade all your trees in the summer so that way all your fruits don't burn up? Not really. And the main way you can tell is if you haven't grown that tree before, well, look at the skin of the fruit. You see, these are peaches right here. My peaches do not suffer from the sunburn. Even if they get direct sunlight, yes, they will ripen faster. They will not get full size. They will drop early from the heat, but the fruit itself will not sunburn like the mangoes do because the skin of the peaches is a lot thicker so they can withstand the direct sunlight. If you have fruits that have thin skin, like this figs right here, right now it's not a big deal because this figs right here, the leaves are so big, they get shaded by themselves. The tree itself shades the fruit, but let's say you have nothing around it and it's your first year growing the tree. Anything that has a thin skin like this in direct sunlight will tend to sunburn a lot easier. Another tree that I have issues with fruit ripening in direct sunlight is going to be guavas. The skin is very thin, and when the direct sunlight hits the fruit all day long, nonstop for days on end, over 100 degrees, well, I will get sunburn spots on the fruit, and that will cause the fruit to spoil and drop. Another tree that I have issues with in direct sunlight is this loquat right here. As you can see, this is a champagne loquat. The skin of the loquat is actually thin, and in direct sunlight, when the sun hits it just right all day long in extreme temperatures, remember, this is not going to be everybody in the United States. This is mainly going to be for areas where it gets extremely hot, like in the desert. But yeah, so in direct sunlight, I usually get burnt spots, and then my loquats drop. But this year, I got smart. I put an umbrella out over there. You can see the sign is over there. So most of the tree gets shaded in the late afternoon. So that way, not for the tree itself, because this tree can take full sun now, since it's been in the ground for several years, but the fruits still spoil in direct sunlight. So that's it, guys. Do you have fruits that are looking like crap, dropping early, just having issues? And like I said earlier, you can water, you can do whatever you want, but a lot of the times when you grow plants that are not native to your area, this is what's going to happen. You cannot change the weather, but you can help your plants a little bit. And like I said earlier, if you want to find out if you're going to have issues with your fruits or not, well, you can tell just by looking at the skin. In my area, mainly anything that has thin skin, like nectarines, plums, loquats, mangoes, anything like that that has a thin skin will usually suffer from sunburn. The fruits will drop early, and you're just going to lose your crop for that year. That's normal in my area. I can grow everything, but the weather dictates if I'm going to get fruits or not. And every year it's going to be different. And like I did earlier, you can just shake your tree to help your plants ripen the fruit better, and that way you can have a bigger crop. But keep in mind, if you're growing plants not native to your area, don't expect baskets full of fruits. It's just probably not going to happen. And that's the main reason why most growers in your area do not grow those trees, because, well, most people look for money, and then these trees here are not going to make you money. But anyways, if you like the video, don't forget to like it. If you have any questions, comment below. And as always, I will see you next time.